seeing his logos. But yeah, thanks for watching on YouTube, checking it out, and thank you for listening as well, whether it's the archives or whatever. Really good show today. I got a couple of my buddies with me back here to talk about SMX and more. Fly Racing Moto 60 show. The code PulpMX will save you at flyracing.com, or you can use the code Brayton as well. And yeah, whether it's Formula helmet, whether it's Evo gear, patrol stuff, kids, women's stuff, they've got it all. Flyracing.com. Please check out the website. They got protection there as well. They got the Revel Chest Pro, which is really, really cool underneath your jersey. That's modeled after the A-Star thing, and it's something that I use. So if you're looking for protection, they got that too. Flyracing.com, home of Dean Wilson's Australian Supercross title and Brazilian title, and then, of course, maybe that web guy in the U.S. thing as well. Again, thank you to you people for listening. We got your Instagram questions for Justin Brayton and Jason Weigandt as well. 100% Maxxis, Get, O'Neill Team Home Lending, Seat Concepts, 100% Decal Works, ASV, all on board with us on the show. And again, thanks again for listening. All right, let's bring in a couple of gentlemen here. First up, he is the Daytona Supercross winner. He's an Australian Supercross champion. He's won Geneva and Paris 800 times. The Justin Brayton. What's up, JB?
What's up, Steve? Good to have you in Charlotte.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Thank you for the loaner mountain bike, the Levo, that I've ridden 3 days in a row. And I did not wash. And I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I couldn't really figure it out. So Yulo has your bike, but thank you.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
Levo Life, best bike you've rode in a long time?
No, not at all. I really like that Taser, but you know, hey, really good mountain biking out here. But like, it's so different from what I ride. You've ridden with me out in Vegas, and it's so different. You're sometimes you're out there, you're like, this is amazing, this is awesome. That's what I was thinking. But then I'm like, well, what if you ride this all the time? Then you would love Vegas. Yeah, I don't know. It's just six on one, half dozen on the other, right?
Definitely more single track here for sure.
Yeah.
Some roots.
Yeah, some roots. Phil was going, at least I'm not going to fall off a mountain out here. So that was his comeback to that. Also here from the SMX booth with JS7 and RC, the Jason Weigandt. What's up, Weege?
Yeah, I feel guilty. I feel like we haven't hung out enough. We hung out on Monday. We're here on Thursday.
Yeah.
I hope that the Charlotte area, maybe the Chamber of Commerce or something, has provided enough tourism entertainment for you.
Yeah, no, it's been great.
It has been.
The stupid problem is the work involved. If I didn't have the work,
yes,
I could mountain bike more and hang out more. But then I got these things that I have to get paid for that I have to do. So Fly Racing Moto 60 show. We have some Instagram questions for both of you as well. Maxxis Tires. Vince Freeze going to be running the Maxxis Tires over at the International Supercross Race Team next year. Maxxis.com. Mountain bike tires as well. And again, Mitchell Harrison. Really doing well with the Maxxis tires out there. Harrison has been quietly underrated here lately. The last, say, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah, but even when he started to come into focus for, he's going to be top 20, he's going to go into the playoffs, you look and you're like, oh, wait, that's also because he was making Supercross mains consistently enough to rack up some points there. I don't think anyone was thinking about that part.
No,
either.
I agree. Yeah,
so all year he's been good.
He's been really good. And he told me he's been riding the best he ever has. Like the other, I think near the end of the Nationals, he's like, I'm riding the best I ever have. I'm like, including when you were like podiuming Nationals for Rockstar Husky.
Rockstar Husky, yeah.
And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, cool. So thanks to folks at Maxxis Tires and also Decal Works. PulpMX25 is the code to save at decalmx.com. Red Bull KTM. Also, poor Mitchell Harrison. We were using him as the Prado example, and
he was the bar.
He was
Prado.
the bar.
When he went by Prado on a privateer Cowie, it was like, oh, now you're really bad.
But I always felt like we were shitting on Mitchell Harrison.
No,
a
it's
little
true.
bit.
We were using him as the low bar.
Right.
That sucks.
Decal Works. The PulpMX25 is the code to save. Great company, great guys. Ron, SoCal Gear back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
SoCal Gear back in the day, still doing strong. Hey, before we get too far into this, I just realized maybe 10 minutes ago it's 9/11. Where were you on 9/11, 2001?
Great story. I had literally started at Racer X 10 days before that.
Okay.
I started after Steel City National, which was Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
So I was there a couple of days, maybe a whole week. I did not have a computer or a cell phone. So I had no way to communicate with like my parents that I had made it to West Virginia and I was alive.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah.
I was borrowing computers.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job, didn't have a desk, nothing, man.
Right.
So I came in that morning. I had no communication with the outside world. And I remember everybody saying like, oh man, this is wild. A plane hit a building in New York. That was scary or weird.
Yep.
But then when it hit the next one, we're like, wait, this is obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
Then everybody's flipping out. And most of the Morgantown people know people in, say, Pittsburgh, and they're getting worried about them. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I'm from New Jersey, New York area. We're the ones that get attacked. Pittsburgh's fine. Then a plane crashes outside of
Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then we know it's complete chaos. Everybody just goes home for the day because they're distraught.
Yep.
Because we went over to Julie Kramer. You remember her?
Yep.
She had an apartment next to the office.
Yep.
We went in there and just watched the buildings falling.
Right.
We're losing our minds. Everyone goes home. And I'm like, I will go home, but first, I could actually like use the phone in here and call my parents and say like, hey, I'm still alive in West Virginia. I check my email.
Right.
So unfortunately, that's what stands out to me.
All right.
Not the most.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than seeing those buildings come down.
Yeah.
But I remember the day well.
JB?
Yeah, I was a senior in high school, Fort Dodge, Iowa, and first period was Mr. Vessi's video class.
Wow.
And we would always skip class and go to Burger King for breakfast.
Yep, of course.
And so me and about 4 of my buddies were acting like we were out video and stuff. We skipped class, went and got some Burger King breakfast, came back, and it was on the TV, and we're like, what in the heck? A plane just hit a building? Like, and, you know, I didn't think much of it, and then they let us out of school, and then, like we said, the second one hit, and I remember my stepdad, when I got home, he's like, this is serious. Like, this is very, very serious. And I'm like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I skipped video class and came back. And
so your move was leave video class to pretend you're shooting a video.
Absolutely.
And then go to Burger King.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're racing at this time, by the way.
I mean, if you want to call it racing.
We did the Steel City National, and then Kelly Smith and I did the four-stroke East Coast four-stroke series, of which we won 2 titles in 2 years. 1 year going undefeated, just like Ricky and Stu.
Oh, okay.
And Jet. And we had raced the opener at Budds Creek, and we stayed the week after to ride at Budds Creek before the next round.
Oh, wow.
So we were out close to DC.
Yeah, man.
Woke up at the Comfort Inn there, or Country Inn and Suites in Waldorf, and they'd already hit everything, and we were watching it on TV, and it was sirens all day going south up to DC, like sirens all day. We rode that day. Yeah, we watched the buildings fall, and then went to Budds Creek to practice. Was it a Monday? I feel like it was a Monday.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it was the Sunday was the race or something.
Yeah.
So we went to Budds Creek, or maybe it was a Tuesday. Anyways, and we practiced at Budds Creek that day later. But I had the radio on in the box van to some news channel that I had found, and I was just like listening all day to the radio, and then sirens all day going up to DC through Waldorf. So crazy.
Yeah,
I'll never forget it. Yeah. All right, lots to get into here. I do
one thing, Steve. You started off with Edward Jones Dome.
Yeah.
I know Brian Stone will probably be there this weekend, but
the great Brian Stone.
Dome at America's Center.
Oh,
it's no longer the Edward Jones Dome.
Fair enough. Good to know. SMX this weekend. Is there the only I want to talk. You listen to the Blair Mathis Project, which we just put out, and Evan Blair actually had a good idea.
He
actually
really
had a good idea.
15-year-old Evan Blair.
Right.
Great concept.
He brought up on the Blair Mathis show that just got dropped. SMX idea, and there's 8 million ideas. I got an inbox full of guys with ideas.
Really?
Yeah, but Evan Blair's idea: first round Supercross main event, one main event, traditional format,
25 points,
25 points,
single points.
Yep. Second round motocross, 2 motos, 25 points each moto. Traditional motocross race with 2 motos.
You get double points, but it's because it's 2 motos.
Because it's 2 motos.
Yeah.
You want to get triple points? Well, the next one's a triple crown at a Supercross venue. And then we got single, double, triple mains, and yeah, I like it. Evan Blair.
It's honestly
everybody.
not a bad idea, man.
It's not too bad.
No,
for sure. So check out that show if you want, and it dropped not that long ago. Okay, so I was trying to think in what we're going to see this weekend. I'll start with you, JB. Is there anybody, because this is going to be more of a traditional Supercross track. It doesn't look really hard, but it does look more traditional Supercross. Is there anybody that's going to step up? This is going to favor?
Yeah, 2 guys.
Yep.
I'm thinking more 450 class. Ken Roxon and Cooper Webb.
Okay.
I'll start with Coop first. Obviously, I believe there's 7 180-degree turns. Now, I don't know if all of them will be bull berms, but typically that suits Coop. You think of indoors, it's going to be a little tighter. They're trying to make it more open, but look, we're in a stadium at the end of the day. It's not going to be a big outdoor motocross track. So I think just going there, Cooper's going to be more excited. Now, he got 7th last weekend. Could he go get a 3rd? I don't know if it's that big a jump, but could he get a 5th? I think so. And then Kenny, the first 2 laps of that first race, Ken was doing his flurry. Like I thought for sure. I was watching it with AC, and I was like, he's going to the lead. He's going to the lead. He just blew by Chase.
Yeah.
He was all over Eli. And then obviously the 20-minute moto gets the best of him. He starts to fade back. Hampshire gets him late. I just believe that the St. Louis tighter stadium, it's going to be sunny and 70. We got a roof. We got a roof. And I think the weather and all that is just going to suit him. Also, he's had a lot of success in that building. Remember, when he came back from injury, was it 1,092 days or something like that? He won in 2020. So I think those two guys are going to be potentially inside the top 5 now. And then you come back to that as well. Then they have to beat Hunter or RJ or Chase or Eli or it's going to be really difficult. But I could see those two bettering their result from last week.
I mean, when Jet, Hunter, Eli, and Chase, you're just like, I don't know how those guys are going to get topped outside of an accident, a crash or something,
Yeah.
But that 5th spot's open, and maybe something can get wrong in there. Kenny had a very quiet Charlotte, like outside of those opening laps, a very quiet Charlotte.
Yeah, but I think that's to be expected. He was awesome in the playoffs in 2023. He wasn't hurt that year. Last year, he was hurt. This year, he was hurt. I think there's a big difference. We all know how good Kenny is coming off the couch. He can do that speed immediately. He believes that he can do it. But I think there's a huge difference between he was probably really prepared in 23. I mean, I don't think the ankle was great. I mean, Unadilla, he was just gassed. He was done. He didn't even finish the race. So I think you're looking at that difference. It was pretty darn hot. I mean, we all think about the rain and the lightning, but in the actual race, it was hot, right? So I don't think he's there full on physically like he was in 2023 when he showed that in this format, he could almost beat Jet Lawrence and beat everybody else. I don't think it's the same this year.
I was thinking 250-wise, JB, that same question. And Kenny was a guy I thought of. I didn't think of Coop, but you're right about that. But a guy you know well, Max Anstey. That's somebody in 250s that could jump up. Like, obviously, he crashed in Charlotte and was way back and came to whatever. He's got to go the wild card race. I like his chances to get through that. I think they're taking 8 now. Oh, no, Marchbanks is back, so maybe back to the 7. But Anstey's a guy on the 250 side, I think, would like this better, this race?
Yeah, it's a great pick. And, going back to Anstey's injury, he broke his leg. And when you go to a track like Charlotte, super ruddy, obviously we've talked about it all week, but that's the first thing you think about is dabbing your leg. That's his first race back in many months. And now we go into a tighter sort of track. They also, down at the Star Racing facility, they have the St. Louis replica track.
Oh, okay.
And I know that doesn't mean a lot because it's just like the turns are different, whatever. But still, like the layout is the same. You can keep your feet on the pegs in the big bull turns. And he's good at sand. So I'm with you. Now, I don't think, a podium is really in the cards. I still think there's some building there. But could he get a good start? He's going to have to come from the wild card race, so not a great gate pick. But looking at the start, I do think you can get a top 3 or top 5 start from the outside the way this first turn is set up. So, could he go 5-4 or 6-4 or 6-3 or something like that? I do believe so.
Lots of whining from guys like Phil about having to race all 3 wild card races when you are seated that way. I like that. I think it's fine. Would you change that?
I'm good either way.
Okay.
I'm sure if I'm racing, if I was Phil a few years ago, I'd be like, what are we doing here? But
right. And even McAdoo last year, nonstop complaining.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it, Weege. I like it. Like, hey, this is why we race all year. And
you're
sorry
trying
to
to
make
create. I know you complain that they don't eliminate people in the playoffs. They're trying to create somewhat of a playoff. You didn't earn your way in.
Yeah.
That matters.
Yeah. No, so I'm fine with it. I know what these guys are saying about, like, hey, man, I got in. I'm in top 20 in points after Charlotte, and let me see. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Get 19th
in
points next year.
Right.
Yeah, the one thing I would change, though, is I believe if you win, you're in.
Oh, so now if you win, you're in the wild card race.
Now if you win, you're in the wild card race. I think if you win, we should reward people winning because it's so hard to do.
Yeah.
I think if you win, you're in the top 20, and then that bubble spot moves all the time.
Yeah.
And I love that in NASCAR because the very last regular season race, that bubble line is still up for grabs. Now, this year was awesome. I mean, we was watching you and Stu at Budds Creek following that Cody Shock.
Yeah.
Harrison battle,
that was great. Yeah. But that's not going to happen all the time. So if that bubble spot is moving all the time, and if somebody goes up, let's just say somebody comes back. A Cole Davies, prime example. Let's say he was hurt all year. He was going to be in no matter what.
Yeah.
But if he wins Budds Creek, he's automatically in that top 20. Then it bumps the next guy out. So the next guy's trying to, get as many points as he can. I just think winning our sport is so difficult.
Yeah.
That I think it should be rewarded heavily.
Yeah. I mean, I can see
I
it
like
way.
that. We thought about, win automatically gets you into the wild card. But I don't think this top 30 being a wild card is a thing anymore. They're calling dudes. Trying to get out people.
Yeah.
But we did realize, yes, Forkner had win, still had to be a wild card guy. And Anstey, 2 years ago, he won a race or 2 with firepower, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But I think he was a wild card guy.
Well, this year he won Tampa.
That's
He's
right.
still
And
wide
yeah,
card
that's
guy.
right. Even
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
years in a row.
Yeah.
That he could have earned his way into the top 20. I wouldn't be against that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I'm fine either way with that. I do like that they say, hey, this is the top 20's got to get in, and that's it. Still talking about 250 guys. Levi Kitchen had a strong Charlotte, got bumped back, obviously, with the penalty. But in talking to him, they found some things on the bike. And then Levi was like, look, that Daytona crash really affected me. He told me that in an interview, like on the record. He's like, that really affected me more than I thought. I mean, it was a dirty crash. It was absolutely, nuts.
Funny story about that, Steve.
Okay.
So Sarah Whitmore, multi-time women's Lotus champ, edits the website during the week.
Mhm.
So a couple weeks ago, you wrote in observations, shocking that Kitchen hasn't led laps, hasn't won races this year.
Yeah.
And she's like, why is it shocking he broke his neck at Daytona? And I'm like, you think that's a thing? And she's like, it's totally a thing. I broke my neck.
Mhm.
Trust me, it's a thing. I'm like, are you sure it's a thing? So then I asked JT, I asked Stu. They both said it wasn't a thing.
Okay.
2 weeks later, you found out it was a thing.
Yeah, well, from Levi, yeah.
But the
yeah.
whole convo
Oh.
started with you writing in obs. It's been odd that he hasn't been as good this year.
He didn't lead a lap.
No.
Not a lap. And if you had told me, like, hey, Kit's not going to get an outdoor overall, I'd be like, really? Okay. That's weird. He's not going to lead a lap. I'd be like, no.
No.
He's going to lead laps.
No.
Stop that. But he didn't. And anyways, mentally, JB, you can talk about all of that stuff with broken neck, and it's absolutely true. But also mentally, a rider can be like, okay, done, outdoors, fresh start, SMX, and like whatever it is. I think that helped a little bit. Like we're just like, okay, a week off, and now we're starting a new series, and I've got the crappy thoughts and feelings gone, and I'm ready to start again.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I don't see how, putting myself in Levi's shoes, I don't know how it wouldn't affect you, especially with how big of a crash it was. I mean, broken necks, it's not like it's just a leg or an arm or something. Like a broken neck's a serious deal. And just the way he crashed. Now, I've crashed similar to that, and it can be similar to like the yips in baseball or something.
Yeah.
Like when you come back, you really have to wrap your mind around, and I had to do a lot of work to get myself back to trust myself fully. And when these guys are at their highest level, when Levi Kitchen's riding his best, I think of Seattle just a couple years ago, he's literally not thinking, he's just riding purely off instincts. You guys know this. To get to that point, everything has to be blocked out to be able to get there. And if you're 2% off, you're getting what Levi's getting right now. And then you don't have the belief to get the whole shot. And then I think, Levi does his best work getting starts. No one can really argue that. He's not one to just come from 12th place at a national and go to the lead. He's just not that guy. So I think to be able to go to the line, to have the belief in himself that he can get the whole shot and stay up there now has had to, it's taken this reset to get there. And I still think it's a building block. I still don't think he's the best version of himself. Now, I do think going into 26 he will be, but it's going to take these 3 playoff rounds to get there.
Yeah, I mean, he hung with Deegs for a long time in the main event, right there behind him.
Yeah.
And then drifted off a little bit. But it was a spicier Kitchen than we've seen, and that was even what do you make? 3 podiums this year, I think, 3/3. I think he got overall in nationals.
Did he even?
3, 2.
They were quiet
2.
thirds.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
third overall.
Really
They were quiet. One was Redbud, I think. But
Redbud was great.
Yeah.
I think he could have won that.
Yeah.
Southwick, he was fast. And
Yeah.
that's why I thought he's good.
Yeah.
And then it actually tailed off
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah, interesting to see that. JB, do you think? And I'm not really a believer in this, but let me ask you: can any of these jerkies take a good SMX series into 26? Like it's such a gap, such an off season, so long. Can you actually carry this? a
Yeah,
little
and
bit?
I think there's a prime example of last year. Julian Beaumer did
Mhm.
exactly that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
his coming out party was Charlotte 12 months ago, and that went into the offseason. You have confidence, you have belief in your bike, the team's gelling better, and then that rolled right into Anaheim, and he was a different guy. And now I'm thinking, who could do that? A Levi Kitchen absolutely could. Seth Hammerker could keep that momentum going. Joe Shimoda, like there's guys that can definitely keep the momentum going. Now I do think it's only going to be the guys that are staying on the same team. I think it can bring the morale up. I think it bring the confidence up in your team and your machine and how you're gelling with it.
Mhm.
So, but there's a lot of guys switching teams. So I don't know. It's not going to help those guys
Yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, I look forward to round 5 or 6 next year and Chase Sexton saying, "Hey, I'm still getting used to my bike," and I'm like,
There's
"Okay."
some truth to that, though.
I-
I'm on record multiple times saying it takes 8 to 12 months to get used to a new
Come
motorcycle and a new
on,
bike.
Stop it.
It just
no,
does.
it doesn't.
Yes, it
no, it
does.
doesn't. You got 8 million laps, man.
Different dirt
Yeah, but
every week.
okay, but you are the same guys that you could roll out at Atlanta Supercross and jump everything with 3 laps. I thought it took so long to get used to everything. Like,
yeah, I could do that tomorrow. I could go to a Supercross track tomorrow.
I know, yeah.
And do the jumps a second lap.
Yeah, but
I couldn't race my very best.
But
like I'm
saying
still
you can,
10% off.
You can
or
do
something.
all the jumps within 2 laps. You're pretty damn good rider. Okay,
that's the easy part.
Okay.
I'm saying be at the highest level where you know exactly what your bike's going to do at lap 18 of a 450 main event when there's kickers all over the place and you got to start going lower in the turns, and you like to know it to where it's just an extension of yourself.
You got 4 months.
Dude.
You got 4 months
on hard packed dirt, or your same Florida track.
Yeah, I don't know where you're practicing, but whatever it is. So.
8 to 12 months.
I agree with JB. Great point.
Yeah, okay. Shocking.
Great analysis.
I do want to talk to you a little bit, Weege, later on about the broadcast and doing the broadcast with 2 guys as well here on the Fly Racing Moto 60 show. Code PulpMX to save. 100% goggles. JB wore 100% for a little while.
Did you?
Yeah.
First athlete.
Use code PulpMX30 to save at 100%. And whether it's casual or the sport glasses, whether it's glasses, you need some mountain bike glasses.
Yeah, I could probably benefit.
We might need a head to toe.
It's
new stuff from head to toe.
It's rough, man. PulpMX30 is the code to save. Yulo said he got a DM. I forget who, an industry person, that said, you guys have to be making that up about Weege. That was for the show, right? Like you made all that up? Like this person was like, you made it all up?
Yeah. I was proud a couple weeks ago when the axle was coming out of my mountain bike that I did spot it and bring it to Yulo first. Because normally I would have just ridden and not known.
Right. So PulpMX30 is the code to save at 100%. And also get an Athena, whether it's the electronics that factory HRC uses across the board, whether it's the data loggers, the RPM dashboard, 2-stroke CDIs also from the folks at Get and Athena. You want CDIs, ECUs, email us using the contact form on Pulp, and we'll get you a PulpMX deal on Get and Athena as well. Weege, we did the fantasy show yesterday, Parabinos, Truman, and JT, and they were very high on Cole Davies this weekend. Like, for fantasy points, but then also like getting on the podium. What do you think?
I know everybody's pumped on Cole Davies. He was a sensation this year. He's really everyone's cool pick, and I'm not against it.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at Supercross, but he's especially good in whoops. That's really where he came to the forefront. We saw even at Press State Anaheim 1, we're like, damn, you see how he goes through these transitions? He can really ride Supercross. Damn, he looks good. But we got to Seattle, Indy. And he was blitzing those whoops, which no human on earth has blitzed whoops like that except probably Justin Brayton. We were all of a sudden like, now we know where it really, that's the sauce. Well, no whoops this weekend. So I respect that he's good. Can he get a podium in a Supercross-like track? Yes. But we don't get to see his true strength, I feel, on these non-whoop tracks.
JB?
Yeah, spot on.
Spot on.
Great analysis, Weege. That was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
What I'll add to that, it's just going to be a track position track.
Yeah.
I mean, if Cole Davies starts top 3, he's on the podium.
Yeah.
If he starts 8th, it's going to be really tough to be on the podium.
Right. Well, he got a good start in Charlotte, so and it went down. But and I do think I mean, look, he won Budds Creek, yes, with some penalties, but even if he hadn't won, he was getting 3rd, which are still pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
But I think it's clear his Supercross skills are a little better. Yeah.
He's as good as the other guys. But I think the sensation level that people are buzzing about, what we might see next year, is going to be when we have whoops and he's ahead of all the. He's not in that group.
Yeah.
He could seriously be ahead of the whole 250 class in Supercross. And it's perfect timing because Deegs moving out.
Yep.
And everybody's kind of looking for the next guy. I know we're all, the data would say, well, it's just going to be Shimoda, man. He was second best. That changes in a hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know, for sure. I mean, I would, if we were doing the Racer X preview shows, I would put Shimoda as my pick, but you just have to.
Especially in that, I mean, Davies was a rookie. He could get 20% better by next year.
I had someone in the industry tell me, man, Bobby Reagan, Brad Hoffman at Star are sure lucky that they got Davies from Daniel Blair's Orange Brigade program because nothing else has really worked. And they were kind of talking to me about their amateurs now. This person doesn't see anything from the current group of amateurs from the Star guys. And Deegs is moving up. And, you know, you look at their other misses a little bit. This person's like, man, they got a good one in Davies. They got a little fortunate, JB.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to chalk it up to injuries, though. You think about the West Coast or West Division, Davies and Deegan were 1A and 1B. Beaumare maybe 1C.
Yeah.
So there's 2 guys there. Then we go east, and Pierce Brown and Max Anstey were by far the 2 best guys. I mean, Anstey qualified fastest, I believe, won his heat, won the main event, dominating fashion, and Daxton Bennick would have been 3rd. He got 2nd with Pierce Brown going down. And then obviously injuries start to unravel. Anstey's dominating Detroit, has that red flag, you know. So to start the East, they were pretty dominant. Now injuries just riddled that, you know. So without injuries, how do you predict that? So
well, they were more talking about the future, like the kid.
I don't know, man. Dudney looks good.
Okay, all right, yeah. This person wasn't a believer in Dudney, so yeah.
Iowa's own. Dudney.
I'm a Dudney guy.
Texas or Iowa?
Well, he was like 3 or 4 seconds a lot faster than everyone this past weekend in qualifying.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm not following those guys that closely. So, but this person was like, "Hey, man, they got lucky. They got Cole Davies," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." I mean,
but it's true. Over the next couple of years, you could say the same thing about Deegs. There have been other guys on the team that are good, but Deegs really is the one that kept the run of titles going.
Yeah.
It only takes one.
Yeah. And then they got Ladin Gordon coming up, so I don't know if what people think of him as far as, you know, how special he's going to be or whatever.
And I guess if you think of motocross, it's very true what the guys are saying. I mean, Deegan was really the only one in motocross that was doing anything, right?
Yeah.
With all the injuries and
I think the bikes, it's the same thing we saw at Pro Circuit years ago. They might still be better, but
they're not.
Remember the 1, 2, 3, 4s and 4 bikes off the start? It really, especially outdoors, it was Deegan and a whole lot of other brands. I think it's leveled a bit.
Yeah, I agree. The advantage seems to have shrunk. Mitch found some things a couple years ago.
Yeah,
their bikes are pretty good.
Clearly, Hymas and Shimoda's bikes are good.
Yeah, exactly right. The Hondas are pretty good. So, although I had one of the Honda guys tell me that, man, our bikes could be a lot better.
Really?
I'm like, really?
Oh god.
I don't know. Whatever they've done lately, Shimoda's gotten off the gate really, really well.
Yeah.
Hymas is a real wild card that we're probably not talking about enough. It's a Supercross we haven't seen. He did win a race this year in the mud.
Yep.
I don't know what the Supercross situation is.
Yep.
Maybe he'll be fine. But his ceiling, he could also be that guy that's way ahead of everyone else, and we should have been talking about him. I just don't know right now.
When you do what you did at Lakewood,
yes,
you're just like, that's special. Like that's you could do it once, you could do it again, right?
He was
that
not in
kind
the
of
pack.
day.
He was way ahead of everyone else.
Yeah,
yes.
that kind of day.
To your point, though, there's still something missing in Supercross.
I don't know,
haven't quite seen
not at all, really.
That riding out of him. And I think Unadilla as well, like last year.
Dude,
unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right. By the way, thanks to the folks at Fly Racing for coming on board the show. Code PulpMX to save. ASV levers. The latest colorway of the MX Pro Pack is now available in red, white, and blue, celebrating 25 years of the inventor of the original unbreakable adjustable motocross lever. Code PulpMX, all caps, for 20% off each. ASVinventions.com, and they're accepting racer support sponsorship for 2026. ASVinventions.com, code PulpMX, all caps to save. Weech, for you doing a 3-man booth for SMX, I'm not a fan of the 3-man booths in like football or hockey or whatever. Like they've tried to force this into us. It's like the old Bill Simmons thing about the 8-man pregame show.
God.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't work. I don't know why the networks keep doing this. We're on a different story than that. But do you like the 3-man booth? You're working with a couple of two of the greatest, but like
it happens to work better. You would be amazed, and I actually learned this only last year when I started doing Supercross for the first time. The difference in the lap time of the track makes such a difference in how you announce a race. And that doesn't even make sense to me because if a 20-minute race, I don't know why the lap time would make a difference. It's still a 20-minute race.
20 minutes, yeah.
But, dude, the difference between Daytona and Detroit or Anaheim, Detroit's really small. NFL Stadium, the MLB tracks that are bigger. So SMX, what was that last week?
2 minutes.
204, 202.
All of a sudden, you got nothing but time. And we haven't seen these unbelievable battles either. For SMX and probably outdoors, it works great. 3-man booth on a 42-second track. And again, I don't know why it matters, but it does. Would be tough.
Right. Do you guys, how much, like, obviously, and you're involved in the pre-show stuff too, JB, on the calls and everything else, but as far as the booth action, like, is there much coordination between James and Ricky? Like, is one of them hitting the other one and the other one saying, hold on? And, like, is there much of that going on?
There is. They've gotten really good at that.
Yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah.
When we bring in, like, an extra guy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It is tough. Those two have gotten really good at that, where sometimes they're pointing. I think sometimes they just know.
Yeah.
Like, in almost, like, body language sense, I got something to say. Or I didn't have something to say, and now that you said that. But it only works when you have that kind of time.
The time. Yeah.
Daytona's easy. To be honest, 3-man booth at a NFL stadium track would be tough.
Yeah.
But they're good at that.
And JB, for you on the race day live call with Adam, you kind of take the lead on that a little bit. And Adam's like, you're the one. I can notice you're controlling it. You're setting them up, and then you're offering your opinion as well. But that's kind of the thing for. I think you're Adam's deferring to you.
Yeah. I'm definitely steering the ship a little bit, and more of the play-by-play, you would call it, more like Weege on the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I love, maybe 30% of the time adding to what he had just said, similar to what Ricky and James do in the booth. Like, all of our perspectives are a little bit different. Even though we're saying the same thing or watching the same thing, my perspective is going to be a little different than Adam's, or I say it in a different way. And I love that with what Weege and RC and James do in the booth is RC will say it one way, then maybe James will add to that. And that's similar to me and Adam on Race Day Live. Now, Race Day Live, we have a lot more time. So, I mean, we could have 4 or 5 in the booth, for that.
Yep.
So that I actually really enjoy that because I can give my thoughts or analysis, still have time. We could even go back and forth 2 or 3 times on analysis during a qualifying session.
Yeah. And you enjoy doing that, being a little bit of a host? Yeah.
I love it. I didn't know, I guess it was about 12 months now ago where they called me and said, "Hey, we're going to be the host of Race Day Live." And I'm like, "Oh, wow." I've always thought, like, watching Weege do it from afar, or even guys I've worked with in the past, Dan Hubbard, when I first started Race Day Live, it's a big load. It's a big load.
Yeah.
And me not doing it ever, it was like I definitely needed some coaching. But now what's crazy is I like it more. I like the blend. I like steering the ship a little bit. And then for me being an ex-racer and Adam being an ex-racer, I can tee him up a little bit better than I was getting teed up from guys that weren't racers in the past. So I can get him to a point a little bit quicker, then he can dive deeper into that point, which I really enjoy. Yeah.
How do you rate AC's work for the first year? What do you think?
I think
he gets excited. He gets very excited.
I think he's done awesome. Here's the one thing that, and to everyone listening to this, the hardest part about being a racer and coming into the booth is you have 15 things you want to say to the screen on let's just say what Chase Sexton is doing in that corner, in that section. You have 15 things that you want to say. Well, you can only say one, and you got about 15 seconds to do it.
Yeah.
And that was the hardest part for me, and that was the hardest part for Adam. And we were just on a call with Tony Martinez, our broadcast coach, this week. We're both still working on that a little bit. Now, Race Day Live, that format, it's okay to do that, but still.
Yeah.
But from working with Adam 12 months ago in Charlotte to now, like seeing his work, seeing the behind the scenes effort that he puts in, I think he's doing a great job.
Not surprising. Weege, somebody you've interviewed since he was 7 years old, is really good at.
Yeah, but at
analysis.
the same time, I don't want to ever assume. I think we've done too much of that, assuming that being interviewed is the same. It's really not. I've seen it go both directions. 2 things. You mentioned time, which is the same exact thing I mentioned. We did that podcast mashup on Friday, and I saw some in the comments say, "Man, Ricky had some great points. Ricky had some great opinions. I wish I would hear more of this on the TV show." And I'm like, yeah, we had an hour, and if he had a 3-minute explanation, that's fine. It's an hour-long podcast. Doing it in a short amount of time is the enemy of all of it. You mentioned the 8-man booth at an NFL halftime.
Yeah.
The reason it sucks is they all only get 28 seconds to talk total about everything they saw. Time is the enemy. The other thing that shocks me, so I'm used to showing up on Friday, and I got to do all these reads and all these intros. Stu, RC, GL, whoever it was, never had to do any of that. All of a sudden, last week, the scripts show up, and half of them say Brayton, because you were the pre-race show host, and half of them say Weigandt. And I'm like, I've almost never seen one of the ex-racers have to do this part even once.
Because they realize, because they're like, hey, he's actually good at it. Like let's get him to do it.
But, dude, it's a big ask, and you do a good job. But, like, that is again, to think that it's only been 12 months also, to say, like, we're coming on the air with a live pre-race show, and you got to say this.
Yeah. You, the ex-racer.
They very rarely put dudes in that spot.
Yeah.
Ever, let alone year one.
Yeah.
So you had to be a little nervous about it.
Well, I think everything I've done in the past up until now I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And, if they would have put me in this role 12 months ago, I mean, it would have been a mess. But now just the studying, I mean, I watch you all the time, working next to you at the pre-show for Anaheim 1 this year.
Yeah.
Like, all this helps to watch. I'm a big visual guy, so I could watch Stu hit a jump back in the day, and then, I would go do it right away. Same thing with broadcasts. Like, I watch, and I learn, and I take notes, and then now doing it, I'm somewhat comfortable, getting better and better and more comfortable. But to your point, Weege, the cards, I really didn't know I was reading the cards. And then I got the cards about 5 minutes before I'm supposed to read them. But now I realize, okay, you can't just read them word for word. You got to put your own spin on it. So I literally Saturday morning sat down with our broadcast coach, went over all the cards after I had already read them, So now my card reading this weekend is going to be much better than it was last weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like being a racer, Steve. You
Yeah.
just evolve over time.
Yeah.
I'm going to run a different
So-
suspension setting this weekend and be better.
Are we back for 2026? Are we?
I hope so.
Well, yeah, you would do it if they ask you.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you're back. Like the
I love
travel.
it. I love
the problem.
schedule
The problem
that
with
I'm
you
on,
guys is you're bajillionaires, and it's a lot of work, and you got to fly in and fly. You know, it's a lot of work. So
Yeah,
that's
I
the
love
problem.
it. I
Okay.
love it. The schedule I'm on now is awesome,
Yep.
and I love the process of trying to be good at something again. If I
Right.
didn't have this, what would I try and?
Wow, you
Be
tried to
good
move
at
to
it.
Iowa for a little bit.
I did try that. Yeah, that didn't work.
Didn't work.
Didn't
I
work.
think that's what saves everybody I've talked to. Stu's the same way.
Yeah.
You are trying to find that thing to fill that
To
void.
do it, yeah.
And this is it the same? No,
Yeah.
but it's the closest you're going to get without huge risk and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
No, listen.
It's pretty dang close. When we're about to go live,
Yeah.
on Race Day Live or that
Mhm.
pre-show, it's like I'm pushing my bike to the line, man.
Nice.
You don't get quite as nervous,
Yep.
but you're almost more vulnerable because everyone's going to be looking at you. Now, when I was racing, it was like, yeah, I mean, you just kind of do your thing. You don't know if the camera's on you or not. You want
Mhm.
to perform your best, but now all eyes are on you, and with social media nowadays, you better perform.
Yeah. No, listen. You've done a great job at it for sure. And
I think the key is, and you said that Adam was so good at interviews. He was not just good at interviews because he's articulate or smart. You were the same way. You have to have a level of self-awareness of how
Yeah.
you're being perceived.
Yeah.
That is the thing you can carry, I think, from being interviewed to being the analyst
Oh.
or the host or whatever it is.
Well-
But you have to have that. The other parts, just because you can be interviewed, doesn't mean you can read those
I
cards.
guess no,
It
you're
does not.
You're
No,
right
it's
about
totally
that.
different.
You're right about that. But I was also
Yeah.
thinking about like having Adam at the pulp shows over the years or long form interviews, and you could see
Yeah.
that he wasn't your typical racer.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
Because
yes.
he was self-aware.
Yeah.
He understood words have consequences.
Yeah.
I want to try to say something smart here.
You-
I want to say something people maybe didn't know. You have to have that
Yeah.
element.
You know, sometimes guys like Adam and JB was different because although JB was really fast on a dirt bike, still is, I'm sure. He came from humble roots and privateer life and
video
SoCal.
class in high school.
Right, SoCal life. Guys like Adam, who's literally been baby Jesus and made a lot of money, and also I firmly believe to be a top racer, it's not a 100% certain, but I firmly believe it really helps to be a bit dumb. It really does because you need to not overthink things. You need to not worry about like, oh, I can't beat that guy. He beat me. I my bike. I stop. Don't think about your bike too much because you'll drive yourself into the ground with it. So I firmly believe to be a really great racer, you got to be a bit dumb. Not always, but a little bit. Adam wasn't that way, but Adam could lay out a lap 2 seconds faster than anybody else. You know what I mean? In a qualifying lap or whatever. So to be as intelligent as he is and as well spoken as and have the intellect that he has and be at times the fastest rider in the world is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because of the point where I think you got to be a little.
You got to shut the brain off.
Yeah.
Do you shut the brain off on that lap a bit? Those
Sorta,
qualifying
yeah,
laps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about JGR a lot on the Pulp Show this past Monday. Another Coy Gibbs thing that he told me.
Mhm.
Was too smart to be a champion, Steve.
Yeah.
Too
Yep,
smart to
yeah.
be a champion.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
He
your
also
point.
told me NFL players were the dumbest human beings ever, and except for he gave me 2 names of guys that were not the dumbest
That's it.
humans ever.
That's all
but
he ever
yeah,
met.
yeah, that's what
Coy Gibbs. Yep.
Wow.
So
One thing I
anyway,
think
so
is the
I'm
hardest
impressed with
transition-
Adam just because of
yes.
that. Yeah.
One other thing. You experienced this year on teams. We've always said if you're an axe murderer,
Yeah.
you would still get hired by a
You
team
get
if you're
hired.
fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There is a level, I think, if you're on the team now. You were on a team, Stu was on a team, RC was on a team. They're all on teams. But let's be honest, the world revolves around the fact that you have this talent that no
Mhm.
one else in the world
Yeah.
has. You can never be good enough on TV to be where the whole world of the TV show revolves around you. It is always
Yeah.
the best you can do is still being part of a team. I think that's a tough transition for racers who have never really been treated that way. What do you think on
Like
that?
on the level of RC and James and all that.
It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
yeah.
how good an announcer
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
If you're RC and you can win every single race, you could be the biggest jerk in the world if you
Mhm.
wanted. It wouldn't matter.
And you have to
But
be
you can't be that good as an announcer.
And you
you
also-
have to play with the team.
as a professional athlete, as a number one, you have to be self-centered.
You do.
So
Mhm.
you know,
This
which
is
doesn't
the
work
opposite.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, but part of it, I think, guy, especially being around RC a lot now, like he enjoys the team aspect.
Exactly.
Like he truly enjoys being selfless.
Yeah.
You know, where as a racer, I'm sure he was
Yeah.
selfish. You're gonna have to be.
Yeah.
So that's actually been really cool. And Adam's similar. Like he loves being on the team. And I haven't spent a lot of time with James, but he seems the same way on all the calls
Yep.
and everything. So that's what's cool about all of us is, just on the call a couple days ago, like James had some opinions, and then JT had some opinions, and I had and we all kind of work together, even if they're a little bit different. We make it better for the broadcast, for the viewer on Saturday, and I think that's really cool, especially for me, like working with Ricky and such, like on a Saturday at a Supercross. I mean, I looked up to him so much to now see how hard he works at broadcasting and see how selfless he is. Like he has no ego at all.
None,
like
dude.
It's wild how little of ego he has.
And
That's a big transition.
that's a big transition
big
from when he
transition.
raced. Yes.
All of them.
Yeah.
If you hated your bike, you and the suspension guy were not on an even level of who knew what. The rider wins.
Yeah.
That's not the way the TV side will ever go.
Yeah.
You have to find common ground.
Yeah. Absolutely. We got questions from Instagram on here as well, from YouTube guys, Fly Race and Moto 60 Show. O'Neill Team, United American Mortgage. If you're looking for a vacation home like JB, or maybe another rental home, or another buying a home, whatever it is, whether you're considering refinancing, consolidating your debts, preparing to buy a home, O'Neill Team are there to guide you through the mortgage process. Craig O'Neill's helped Dean Wilson. So Dino, as cheap as he is, Craig must have good deals. O'NeillTeamHomeLending.com, 619-535-7477, MLS number 1942. $1,500 credit towards your closing costs with Craig if you mention Pulp, and they'll give $1,500. So O'NeillTeamHomeLending.com, Craig O'Neill, 619-535-7477. And Max Steffens over at Seat Concepts. Our guy Max. Use the code PulpMX25 to save with Seat Concepts. Factory Beta, Phoenix Racing, and Pro Yamaha. You like Benny Bloss and Oldenburg to get through the wild card race again? I do.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Using Factory Beta, guys, using Seat Concept seats, race 2.0 to the Comfort Series. Check them out. Proprietary foam formulation. If you all things seats at Seat Concepts, and use the code. And again, thank you to 100% Maxis, Get, ASV, Decal Works, Fly Racing. All right. We got some questions for you. But, I did want to ask you. Do you get it? Do you have haters or guys? Do you get shitty DMs? I don't think you would.
I don't really.
Right,
know.
yeah. You don't get
No.
anybody being like, you're a piece of shit, Brayton. You
No,
said.
not yet. I hope
Okay,
I
all right.
don't. Yeah.
All right. I didn't think you would. All right. I get a few of those.
A lot of people hate how JT just always talks about how good Jet Lawrence is.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate that.
Yep.
I don't know what he's supposed to say.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, the guy wins 90% of the races. He's
Probably going to win this weekend.
Yeah, what are you supposed to say? I don't know, but
Yeah.
careful about that, JT. Careful.
Yeah.
Years ago, JT would probably go in a rage and find that guy's address.
Address, please.
Yes, and yeah, right.
Address, please.
He's gotten better at that.
He actually has.
He's able to slough it off a little
Credit
bit.
to JT on that. Yes.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Questions from Instagram on here. From Nathan for JB. As the amount of testing and searching Prado has done on the Cowie, does it help Chase at all?
No.
Okay.
Chase will be fine.
Ty Renshaw, 27. Weege. We really need a ballpark income for Weege. The guy is always working.
It's 6 figures. I'll give everybody that. It's more than Kiefer.
Yeah, more than Kiefer?
More than Kiefer.
Okay.
Yeah, it is 6 figures.
Oh,
It's probably around 400.
probably.
3
Me?
or 400. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
absolutely.
No.
Here's a question about where was Weege when 9/11 happened. So I covered it.
Wow.
All right, Bowser 977. JB, is it just me, or would you say 10 years ago tracks were better than today?
I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to say?
I feel they were, and I don't
how
know.
though? Give me a specific.
More dirt. We have more than 9 whoops, although we've had some races of that. We got dragon backs. The dirt, I think, honestly, the lime helped. They don't use lime anymore. We had a little problem with burning guys' balls. So now we don't use lime, which I understand and I get, but we used to have lime, so tracks held up a little better.
That probably
I
is a real line in the sand. That probably actually
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
I do think they are more spec style tracks
Yes,
more now
yes.
than ever. Because
3-footers, 5-footers,
Yes.
call it a day.
And even the size of the whoops.
Yeah.
They're X big and they're 12 feet apart or 13 feet apart or whatever it is, and they're basically the same every time. That would be the one thing I would change is, I mean, I've watched old videos or raced old tracks where sometimes the whoops are really close together.
Yeah.
And you got to set up your bike a little different, speed up the rebound in the rear, do different things, and then sometimes they're really far apart. That would be the one thing that I would say.
Just
for
me,
change it up.
Why are triples 67 feet? Why do we have 3 and 4? Why don't we have 4 and 6-footers?
I'm with you.
Why don't we put a 6-footer on a 4-footer and a 3-footer like you're building a excite bike track?
Yeah.
Why don't we do that?
I have a question.
Okay.
If they built an obstacle that no one had seen before, whatever it is, we have 6-footers and 2-footers instead of 5 and 3, or whatever, would there be, is the whole world so afraid of criticism? are some riders or teams going to be like, yo, what? You can't just throw this at us. This is not safe. And then no one wants to be on the wrong side of that. Is that the fear?
I wouldn't think so.
I
mean,
hope
these
not.
guys, yeah.
Would the majority of riders and teams be cool with, dude, we've never seen this before, and now we got to go race it today?
I think so, as long as it's
Would they?
safe.
I hope.
But you remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, they started building that little, like it's a tabletop, there's a little plateau before the tabletop. I think they went and built that at some tracks, like some practice track first to like experiment with it.
Oh, okay.
Which I would love to just see it. And then there's nothing more cool than watching first qualifying session or first practice on a Saturday morning and watching guys struggle with a rhythm lane or some sort of section and seeing guys do different things through it. That is so cool. But nowadays, you know, the Dirtworks guys, they'll even build most of the practice tracks now.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mentioned earlier that the Star guys have St. Louis. So, yeah, I think they're just so, it's just, it's a lot of spec racing. I guess.
Don't we? Yeah, why don't we have on-ons anymore? We don't really have those. Very rare.
Yeah. It'd be cool to show up to a track, something totally different. Guys walk the track and be like,
yeah,
I haven't seen that before.
Right.
But also, we've had Supercross for a long time. We've seen a lot of things.
Yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, okay, I don't know. All right, from Justin, Weege is a car guy. What's his dream car?
Wait, from Justin? Not him.
Not from him. From another Justin. What's your dream car?
I had a long discussion with Hunter Lawrence about this, though.
Oh.
Everything's very practically minded. So it wouldn't blow anybody's mind. So it's not even, people would laugh.
Okay, can you tell us?
Yeah, right now?
Well, your dream car, yeah.
It changes every week.
Okay.
Right now, I'm big on Honda Civic Hybrid hatchback. I really like that. Yep. People will be like, wait, that's a dream car? I've always wanted a Volkswagen GTI.
Okay.
Yep. That's a dream car.
All right.
Mazda Miata. That's a dream car.
Miata.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can get them all for 25 grand.
Yeah.
Manual transmissions in the GTI or the Miata. It's Miata. You know what that stands for?
Yeah. No.
Miata is always the answer.
Okay.
You ask a real car guy.
Okay.
That is the true answer.
I didn't have that on the bingo card. Okay.
You could buy a Porsche. Unless you have a racetrack, you can't use it. The Miata is designed to be really fun at 50 miles an hour, which is most of the time what you're doing.
I asked James years ago about his Lambo, and he told me he liked his R8 better.
Yeah.
Drives better, more comfy. It's got all the, Lambos vibrate. They're rough. Like, I was like, what? Your Audi R8? Like, really? He's like, yeah.
Can't use it, man.
Yeah.
It's unusable on public
where
roads.
Audi R8 is sort of usable. Sort of.
A GTI is as fast as you could ever need a car to go on public roads.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, Patrick. JB, besides your race bike, do you have anything from Daytona Race Win? Like, we know you have a trophy.
Yeah, I have the trophy, have the gear, have the helmet, have the bike. I don't know what else you have.
Dirt?
A great interview with Weege in the truck after the race. I have that. That's on YouTube.
With Tony.
Check that
it
out.
was good.
Yep.
Weed show in the truck with Tony, with JB. It's great times.
I was really happy for Berluti. That's who I was happy.
Berlute's great. That was cool. Yeah.
All right, another one from Patrick Weege. Did you have a coach when it comes to writing articles?
A coach. Well, everybody has an editor.
Yeah.
But it hasn't changed that much. I wish I could tell everybody this is this long slog. Me, age 23 through now, I'm 47 years old. The writing's about the same. Hate to say it.
Do you even write anymore?
Do you go to the Racetrack's website anymore?
I do.
You read the magazine?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bummed. I do it. I notice zero feedback on it.
Okay, so magazine.
When Chet won the title at Unadilla, I wrote a real story that I thought was good about now we are accepting. It was a little bit of friction, I feel, with the fans in 2023. They're like, I don't want this quick. I like Eli. I like Chase.
Right.
This came too fast.
Yeah.
Eli is the champ. He's not even here. He's got a torn Achilles. I feel 2 years later, he has reached critical mass, and people are like, yeah, he's just good. I spent hours on this on a Monday morning.
I need to read this. I didn't.
Never heard a single person say, hey, good point.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
All right, Patrick, JB, who did you hate having behind you on the track?
Barsha.
Another one from Patrick, but it's a good one. JB, who is the one person you wish you could have raced, past or present? I can't say Tim Ferry. He raced Tim Ferry a lot. Got beat by Timmy, but
raced Tim Ferry. I mean, probably McGrath. Like that's just be awesome to be battling with MC. Yeah.
Weege from Hollister. Does Weege pay for haircuts?
I do.
Okay.
Not happy about it.
Yeah.
How much? What's the average price?
Well, great clips. Facebook just serves up coupons all the time. So the haircut schedule is based on when that thing shows up in the algorithm.
Do you go to the same male or female every time you get a haircut, or great clips you just walk in and
I just walk in and dude,
that's
it
risky.
varies.
That's
dude,
risky.
It varies massively.
I do that too, and Pookie is not happy about it.
It's not good.
And it's not good. You can get some bad ones.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
all
done with
over
that
the
now,
map.
yeah.
Tosco, what kind of beer does Weege or JB drink?
Beer?
Yeah, beer.
I did spend a time trying to find like the right one.
You're a beer snob guy for a while?
I thought, you go to these breweries or
Yeah.
something, you're gonna. No, I gave up on it, and I'm just back to like, is Bud Light cheap?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I can't stand beer. I've actually never drank a full beer in my entire life.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow.
It's just I cannot do it. The taste is rough.
Hellhound Jock, what is Weege's go-to travel tips to save money? He says like stealing hotel soap, which you used to do.
I do, and I took the family to Disney World over the Labor Day weekend. Spent a lot of money, as you know, Steve. But I did it. I brought the containers, and I pumped some shampoo in there.
Yeah.
And I brought some home, so I got Disney back for the thousands of dollars. I got Disney back for the thousands of dollars.
Unbelievable.
This is your guy.
He
that
makes
you back.
$400,000 a
Yeah.
year.
This is your buddy, the one that you back. This is what he does.
Well, I've said it before. JP is who I would like to be.
Yeah.
But Barry Karsten is
It's
who I am.
who I am.
The
Yeah.
Barry Karsten program. Garage full of parts.
Okay, so that's anything else?
For me, a lot of it is the timing. Like, I will not. People go to Starbucks in the morning. We can get coffee in the TV compound. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I can make it to the track and get coffee there for free. A lot of it is the timing of meals, snacks, things you can bring home and offset the day before. A lot of stuff like that.
Okay.
The thing I respect most about Weege is all of this is on somebody else's dime. Like he could
Yeah,
literally
pretty much.
charge Racer X or charge Feld or whatever,
Yeah.
but he saves them money
No,
for his own inconvenience.
JT and I would yell at him a lot when he would just go straight to the airport or sit at a Denny's instead of getting a room after a race. And we're like, Davey would pay for a room.
Yes.
No problem. And he's like, nah.
Company man.
Yeah, company man.
Well, the best was 8 weeks of not getting hotels,
Yes.
saving $800.
Yes.
And then we went to Minneapolis. Was it Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Chad Reed shows up. Davey, we come around the corner and they almost bump into each other. Like, hey, let's get dinner. Let's go to Ruth's Chris. Chad and Davey just say, give us everything on the menu. And the bill was $800. And Mathis is like, there's all your hotels.
Yep.
Right there.
Because Davey just throws the card down.
he paid for it?
Yeah, Davey throws the
for
card
it.
down, and he's been telling us about how he's saving Racer X money, and we're
It
like,
was
yeah,
like
man.
Truman, Chad, me and you, Davey, and it was $800. And Mathis is like, yep, that's how much they care.
Yep, exactly. All right, next question here on Fly Racing Moto 60 Show. Will James Stewart ever race again? Loretta's or World Vets or anything? Obviously, neither one of you are James Stewart, but I don't think so.
I don't think so.
James told me, like, maybe in the fall, there was something happening with him riding again, like a video.
Yeah, not racing. I think there was some riding.
Yes, and we were going to say it was going to break the internet. We were joking with him, like, all of that.
Yeah.
That didn't happen?
Yeah, we're still waiting.
It'd be awesome to see. I wish he would.
Oh, yeah.
I think the riding on video and stuff would be cool. I think he knows there's just too much to lose racing. His rep, is it maybe the highest rep as just a pure rider? Speed?
Yeah.
I think it's just nothing to gain.
And what was risky, too? Remember when Ricky came back to Loretta's and Raynard was, like, on fire and they were pretty close?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
He got beat by this kid named Jeremy Martin at his regional.
Yeah.
Ricky did.
Yep.
We were like, who the heck is this Jeremy Martin guy?
Mm-hmm.
And then J Mart raced like a couple weeks later as a pro, and I think he got 8th at Lake Elsinore. And Ricky's like, bro, I'm barely even top 10 anymore. But then like 2 years later, J Mart was champ.
Yeah.
And Ricky's like, okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We got a couple of these, Chad. This is just Chad's question, but we got a few of these. Who does Cowie get as their second rider next year?
Actually, a great question.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great
myself,
racing
Koulis,
question,
and Phil were talking about this yesterday at lunch.
One of them?
No.
Koulis?
No.
Oh.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
But,
I mean, I definitely think whoever it is, you get a Supercross only guy, and then you move up
Marchbanks.
McAdoo or someone like that.
You want to
next
give
summer.
McAdoo more horsepower?
Yes.
Okay.
Look what Hampshire did. McAdoo's
okay.
the next Hampshire.
Fair.
Marchbanks, I think, was too close. I mean, third in the championship.
Yeah.
He can get his starts better. Potentially, maybe he's champion next year.
Well, he wasn't
McAdoo's
third
been
outdoors, but yeah.
What's that?
Marchbanks wasn't third outdoors.
Yeah, he was.
What?
He was. He actually was.
Marchbanks got third in
In
the
the points?
championship.
Yeah, man.
Outdoors?
He actually did.
Steve.
Come
Are
on,
you
man.
serious?
Do your homework.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, Vial didn't even race at the end of the year. About
I
that.
guess. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
I feel like going into next summer, if you're Mitch, you're thinking, all right, Marchbanks is going to be really solid. Kitchen's going to be solid. McAdoo hasn't raced nationals in a long time. Let's put him on a 450.
So we actually came up with like Guillaume. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. But
No.
I don't know. Do you
In
have a
Supercross?
name? Yes.
No,
you can't go that
do
far.
No,
that.
you can't. No. But
No.
like, who?
Yeah, I don't know about the Supercross part. I'm trying to think of who's
They
like.
can't go with just Chase. I'm sure it's a monster thing. You just can't go with one guy. I think you need another guy.
Supercross is a tough one, man.
This is where Vial missed the boat for sure.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, if he had just said, "Hey, KTM, screw that," he goes to Cowie.
Yeah, but isn't that the same?
What?
We were like, oh, Vial, this 450 thing, he got shoved out of the class. So just if he switched to Cowie, that would have solved that whole.
Well, I would imagine he was pissed at KTM's offer, right? Wouldn't Cowie be like a better offer? Didn't KTM kind of lowball him?
No, I don't know about that. I think they only lowballed him with 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Would Cowie have
yeah, I don't know.
been any better?
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know.
I think if you're Cow, you're waiting on the next pro circuit guy. I think Kitchen's going to be unreal.
Yeah, but
now the one thing I would be thinking about if I'm Levi Kitchen, do I go up now?
no,
I don't know.
no, you don't. No, you do not.
You don't think?
No.
You need to win 250.
You gotta
first.
win.
Wait, this is opposite. Weege, do you hear him right now?
He's not Marty. He doesn't have 171 starts.
This might be
This
his
is what- I
opportunity.
think, was Marty at 171, 141? Marty was at something.
But this
like,
is your
like,
thing. The whole
It's a great point, JP.
forever
No,
now.
but he's not.
If you have an opportunity to go 450, you go 450.
Not when you're Kitchen. Like so this is his 2.5 years Supercross. 2 years at Star.
Oh, more than
Half of year Cowie.
Something like that.
Like
3 or 4.
yeah,
Something like that.
no.
This is not knife and a gun.
No,
With a bag
no,
of money
no, no.
or
This is
stealing
not
from
Marty.
teams.
This is not Marty or any of those other guys. He's still coming up.
I think if you're a guy that can win 250 titles, you keep racing until you do it and get the bonus money.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
you're just leaving
Yeah.
bonus
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
If you have to be good enough to know it could happen.
I mean,
that's
Yeah.
the problem.
I think the fear is so if you're anybody but Levi, the fear is you're going to be Joey Savacci, where you're going to
Yeah.
go to Cowie, you're going to have a good year.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, we got Adam Cianciarillo. See you
Yeah.
later. And if you're any sort of like guy with a good future, you're like, I don't want that to be me. Like I want Cowie to be committed to me and not just a stopgap for a year until Levi wins or whatever. So that would be my
Yeah.
fear of doing that.
Would Tickle do Supercross?
No, stop it. Come on.
What?
No,
He would be better
it's
than
over,
Guillaume.
dude. He would be better than Gio. Yes.
You're saying Gio?
No. I'm not saying Gio. Just we were tossing names around, and we didn't.
What if you put
we didn't come to a conclusion that Gio was the guy, but we just were tossing names around.
Tickle would be good if you told him right now today, hey, you're racing Supercross and you can test things on the weekend for Chase and get him ready to go and this and that.
No.
Like Tickle would be fine.
No, it's over, dude. It's gone.
Oh come on.
Would he make main events?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's all
yes.
that
Yeah. No.
absolutely.
He's making mains.
Yeah. That's all
that matters.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I just think they can't risk having. Guillaume could be good.
He's
but
not
there's
top 10.
The problem
Tickle
is you
would get some
can't.
top tens.
Yeah, I think he'd be. The results would be good enough for Cowie. Otherwise, it's on Tickle if he wants to. But I think he would be good enough to do what they're. You just can't have a guy that's on borderline. Is he going to make mains? That's too risky.
No. Yeah.
And
No.
Tickle's good enough
Tickle's
to-
in mains. I'm not saying
Yes.
that, but I'm just.
And
not
he'd be working on the bike every weekend.
Okay. Because I brought up Marchbanks and his agent / friend was no.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, see, I would consider it if I were him because I feel like Kitchen.
He's done it before.
Yes. Also, Kitchen is good. Kitchen's gonna get a 450 ride at some point. I don't think he's stuck forever.
Yeah.
How am I gonna get a 450 factory
Yeah.
ride? I don't know if those opportunities are gonna be there often for Marchbanks. I take it when it's there because I
Okay.
don't know. You
Yeah.
might never get another
Right.
shot at it.
Right.
But to Steve's point, he would be Savacci'd.
Anyway,
I
so
think
it's like
so.
you got yourself, and it
I
didn't
mean,
even.
unless-
come
I mean,
anything-
what's Marchbank's ceiling in 450 Supercross?
Right.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's not going to bring him back. You would hire Kitchen or someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Cowie would say, here's a 2 or 3 year deal, but I don't think they're doing
I
that.
don't think they're doing that.
No, I don't think
If
they're
they
doing that,
offered
so-
him a 2-year deal, you go.
Yeah,
But I
I
think it's
don't
1 year.
know. I do not know what they're going to do. This is going to be interesting to see. I don't see them going with just Chase Sexton. I think
No.
they got to find
No,
somebody.
they wouldn't just do that.
And that'll be interesting. Yeah.
What's Red Dog doing?
Oh,
I've seen he's in
wow.
Italy or something
yeah.
now. Is he
yeah.
prepping?
I don't
Getting ready?
know.
Wow.
Every
about,
time I talk to Red Dog, he just complains about how much money he's spending on racing still, like for his kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's all. He's very. All his money is going. Like
Mm.
yeah. So
The
He's
way to
got
make it
enough
back.
of it.
what?
He's got a lot of it. So.
All right, that's the questions from Instagram. Fly Racing Moto 60 show. Before we go here, I do want to thank Justin Brayton and Jason Weigandt for coming on. And PulpMX is the code to save it there. But Weege, before we go, I was going to cover Motocross the Nations, but America, Australia. There we go.
Yeah, a couple.
Are you
weeks.
going?
No.
No, you're not going? Okay. All right. So before we go, though, did a podcast with Sean Ulikowski. Great guy. JP's former mechanic. Factory championship winning mechanic for Travis Preston. And it's not out yet, but Weege, in the podcast we did, he verifies that you were a flagger at Englishtown.
He did?
His mom talked to you one time. His mom talked to you.
I did not even know this.
Yep. And she said
Wow.
something about Jason's going to work for a magazine or something.
No
it
way.
It was right in that time.
No way.
Yep. And then he said that he remembers you standing around.
Yeah, that probably would be true.
Sean and Tommy Ulikowski.
Really?
So we.
I do remember talking to them. I didn't think they remember talking to me.
The mom.
Because they're like celebrities there.
The Ulikowskis were?
Oh, at English Town?
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so.
Unbelievable.
Stay tuned for that, everyone. That podcast when
Our
it drops
long national nightmare.
is finally over.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Thank you,
The
Yulo.
mom talked to you, and you told her you were going to work for a magazine.
See if he remembers Ultimate.
Oh, he does? Yeah, no. We
He remembers
yeah,
Ultimate?
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I brought up Ultimate.
Ultimate Flagger.
So there we go. So it's, we learned something.
He knows Ultimate,
I don't know if he knows him, but
but he remembers.
He remembered Ultimate.
Oh,
yeah.
great.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. So Weege was the flagging story. It's
What
great.
a full circle moment. Now Yulo is Weege's personal mechanic.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, the only 2 personal mechanics I've ever had that I've just shipped bikes off to help me out?
Huh.
Yulo, of course,
Yep.
and Duff. What do they have in common?
Oh, yeah. Champions.
If they work with
Yep.
JB,
Yeah, they work
They
with
work
champions.
with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everybody. That's the Fly Racing Moto 60 show for a. We got one more to do next week, and then that's it. Justin Brayton, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Steve.
Jason Weigandt, thanks
Thanks.
for coming by. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you, people, for listening or watching the blank screen on YouTube, whatever it is. Fly Racing Moto 60 show. The code PulpMX to save at flyracing.com. All right. See you next week.